Ladies and gentlemen, you're talking to a happy man, or you're listening to a happy man. Ricoh have announced a Ricoh GR4 Monochrome. This is something I was wondering about, speculating about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when the Pentax K3 Monochrome came out. And I looked at that camera, I thought, well, Ricoh own Pentax, they've got an APS-C sensor in it, so they should be able to squeeze that in a GR. And I was wondering back then, are we going to get a GR3 monochrome? 2 years went by. Then 4 months ago, we're now in October 2025. 4 months ago, Ricoh announced the GR4, and when they put the specs up, that was when I was convinced. And I've got a couple of shorts about this out on the net. But I was looking at this size of this sensor here, and it was exactly the same size as the monochrome sensor in the Pentax K3. And I always thought, well, if you're going to do a sensor upgrade, it could be for one of two reasons. Because going from 24 megapixels to a usable 25 point something megapixels is a really silly upgrade. That's not much. I mean, Fuji would do a 24 or a 26 up to a 40. Sony do 24 to 33 to 42, and then 61. So adding one more megapixel to a sensor isn't really much of a big deal. But there were one of two reasons. I was thinking that, one, they couldn't source the parts anymore for the 24 megapixel sensor going forward, and needed to source a new sensor, and that meant this new size. But looking at that Pentax K3, that's when I started to realise we are definitely going to get a Ricoh GR monochrome at some point, and here it is. So I am glad I did not get a GR4 28mm standard colour version. I went and splurged my savings on something else. I got the Fuji X-Half, and I got a used RX100 as well. And yeah, now I've got something to save for. This is what I would like. A Ricoh GR4 monochrome with all the controversy that brings as well, actually, because this is really going to get some people's goat. I think it's ballsy. I think it's a great move. Leica are doing it. They did it with Ricoh have already done it with a Pentax brand, and now they're going to do it with a GR, and it is going to sell like hotcakes. People are going to love this because it gives you some creative constraints to work within, and I think you'll love it. Plus, you'll get a little bit of benefits from that sensor. A little bit more micro contrast, a little bit more light getting through, and a little bit sharper. Those are the main technical benefits of having a sensor with no Bayer filter on. But the creative benefits for people that love, like I do, love shooting in black and white, that know them, they go out, they can't do anything else. They don't have color raw files as a safety net. They're just going to be shooting in real black and white. I've been shooting in black and white film since I was 14 years old, and I'm a lot older than that now. And I miss the film days. I think that's something that's kind of cool about the Fuji X-Half. It feels like an old film camera. The quality is not much better either when you look at the images, but it's kind of refreshing. You're restricted, and you don't have too much choice. So yeah, Ricoh GR4 monochrome could just be something for me. They're going to get a lot of mileage out of this camera now, because the first one with the ND filters already out. Then they're going to do a monochrome version of the 28mm equivalent. That's 2. Then they're going to do the HDF version. That's 3. And then they're going to go for the 40mm version and probably repeat the whole cycle, so that we get 6 new cameras all in all out of the Ricoh GR4, and it's pretty good. I don't really like the HDF version that much, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'd rather have the ND filter, but I'd much rather have a monochrome version. Should I wait for the 40, or should I go for the 28? Ooh, very, very tempting. Spring 2026. Ricoh GR4 Monochrome. Gotta love it.